It is a huge sandbox, and there's sand toys in there already. I didn't know if this would appeal to the older kids on this trip, but apparently it does. We were recently hosted by Jellystone Akron-Canton in Uniontown, Ohio for a 3-night stay. This is a very walkable campground, and aside from a playground and gaga pit in the seasonal section, and another playground by the tent sites, all the stuff to do is within a few minutes walk of each other. The pool there, Clearwater Park, and the mini golf are included for campers but are also open to the public for a fee. Now, we were there midweek, but the public guests did not overcrowd anything. We had no trouble getting chairs at the pool. Clearwater is a pretty unique venue with zero entry, a large water slide, a small wibbit in the pool, a deep-ended diving board, and a few small splash features. It is quite large. I wouldn't call it a water park, but maybe a pool plus would be a good term. The mini golf is probably the nicest included in the cost course I've seen at a Jellystone. It is well maintained with fun holes and design, and a mischief spinner on several holes to liven up the game. The world's largest sandbox, self-proclaimed, appealed to the tweens on this trip a lot more than I expected, and younger kids definitely love it. Clearwater Bark, their splash pad for dogs, was almost completed when we were there. It's a really cool feature with a zero entry to small depth bottom and various splash features. Some of the other existing attractions are a little different than you see elsewhere, such as the climbing rope structure and giant dry slides. The staff here were as advertised, friendly, helpful, and appearing to enjoy their jobs. Maddie, the rec director, especially stands out with her enthusiasm and kindness, especially with kids. Her version of Candy Bar Bingo very clearly produces the most total winners I've ever seen. Very few people walked away without candy. You can also see her spirit reflected in the younger members of the rec staff. The food at the concession stand was good and the service was pretty fast, even when it was busy. The concession stand is by the pool, so it's a pretty high traffic area for most of the day. Pizza delivery is a great idea, and it's even better since you can charge everything to your site here. We did this our first night for a worry-free dinner while setting up. I must note that the water in the cabins and at the sites is well water and has a noticeable sulfur smell. It's not my first experience with well water, but if you're not used to it, it could be off-putting. The pool water, however, does not smell, and while there is a noticeable difference in the water and air temps at the pool, since it was around 90 degrees when we were there, the colder water was a big relief. This is an older campground and could use some touch-ups in places, but everything was generally well maintained and clean. This campground has a lot of people's heart and soul in it, and it feels that way. It's a small slice of fun and relaxation carved out of a residential neighborhood, giving it a best of both worlds feel, the convenience of places to eat, shop, and explore close by while still feeling like a nice getaway. I've now been to 3 Jellystones in Ohio, all fairly close together and all very different from each other. So campers in Ohio can certainly understand the importance of the phrase, quote, "it depends on the park," when it comes to Jellystones. I would definitely recommend this park to people looking for a park with a family atmosphere, friendly staff, and fun activities. It may not have as many bells and whistles as some other locations, but its Pool Plus is a big attraction and its mini golf is a cut above the norm. Give it a look. One final note, on our last night there, my daughter's friend said, quote, "the staff here are so nice, I don't want to leave." For those of you who put a high value on staff and atmosphere, consider that high praise. I hope you enjoy our tour of the park. So we are right outside the camp store and park office. The check-in here is actually at this little building right here. I'm not sure if I did it right, but I pulled right up to the gate and then they came out and did it right at the car. So that was nice. I always like when check-in is separate from the store. And then their concession is right here as well. We had pizza delivered, but they make it here, and they have some other menu items, and then also ice cream here. This is Clearwater Park, the pool at Jellystone Akron-Canton. It is also open for day guests, and I think they sell memberships. You see the giant water slide there, a little splash area there. There's a playground type slide, and then diving deep end down that way, and a whibbit in the pool, which is the first for me. I think I've only seen whibbits in lakes before, so different here. Lifeguarded, so it's not like a swim at your own risk thing. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 or 4 lifeguards plus a attendant at the top of the big slide. So we do have a little swim shop here at the entrance to the pool with some sandals, floaties, and some swim toys on the other end available for purchase as you come in. It is monitored, so it's only for people who have paid to enter or camping guests. There is someone checking, so you do have that sort of peace of mind. So off the one end of Clearwater Pool here is a little picnic area, and it's within the gates of the pool. It's fenced on the other side too, so if you do come here just to use the pool and pay to get in, you have access to this area as well. So this is the mini golf here at Akron-Canton, and it's really nice. There's where you get your balls and your putter. If you come for the day and use the pool, you pay to play mini golf, but for campers, it's included, and this looks like a course that you would typically pay for. This is not what I'm used to seeing at a Jellystone mini golf course, and looks very nice. You get to see the waterfall here. It's well kept. The greens look well kept, and wow, I'm gonna have to check that hole out at some point. Here is the gem mining area, right across from the store and right across from the concession stand. Oh, if we walk around the other side, we can see what's in each bag. And there we go. It's a little bit different than some of the packages we've seen. There's a Lucky Strike, Pay Dirt, and Mother Load. Gem mining right there. And here's where you buy your stuff for gem mining. You can see the bags there. And it looks like they also have geodes that you can crack open. That's pretty neat. It looks like $4 something for the smaller ones. I can't really see the price for the larges. And little miner helmets. But this is also where you get your stuff for mini golf. So we are inside the rec barn where there will be candy bar bingo later. You can actually see they have a bingo board, which is nice. So if you don't hear the numbers called, you can just look up on the board, assuming they still use that. Some of the crafts are in here. Some of them are at the pavilion out front. And then this is, I don't know if it's officially a Guinness thing, but the self-proclaimed world's largest sandbox, which it is a huge sandbox. And there's sand toys in there already. I didn't know if this would appeal to the older kids on this trip, but apparently it does. Just a little bit more on the rec barn. There's a board to leave letters to the bears. Some info on candy bar bingo. It's just cash to play and candy bars to win. They got a whole bucket of board games here. I didn't see that before. And some right there. There's a Jenga here. And cornhole boards also. So this is their rec pavilion here at Akron-Canton. I believe this is where they do most of their crafts out of. They do have another separate area for tie-dye across the way near the mini golf, but you can see some of the ceramics. I like this. They have the examples of sand art, which I'm typically used to seeing because people get the idea, but they also have painted ceramics, and whoever did these is quite skilled because they're all painted really well. So this is a pretty fun area over here at Akron-Canton. Most of the things besides the pool, gem mining, and mini golf that there is to do are together. And this is really nice. It's got multiple climbing things on the playground. We'll walk in. Multiple slides, nice wooden decor. Wow, 1, 2, 3 different climbing things. Also a ramp. There's a little table under one. I see a tire swing there. We'll go back behind here, and you're going to see these two things. There's like a log roll to try to stay on, and then that tube. I don't know if some places, I've been to a couple fall festival type places that have those, where you get inside the tube and you try to roll it along a path. I don't see a path here. I think you just kind of use it. There's a climbing area right here. There's ropes to climb, as well as this big sort of climbing net to get to the top. It says Ranger Rope Tower. Okay, so now we know what that is. Back behind there, and we'll try to get this inflated later, you can see the jump pad, which is deflated because we're over here in the morning. And then we'll zoom back out. Have the Gaga pit here. I like that they have the turf. Nice big ball there. But they have that turf bottom, which is forgiving and also not dirty. It's a good combination of the two. Okay, yeah, the giant slides as expected. It looks like there's a couple mats or rugs to go down on with. But otherwise, there's sort of these plastic tubes. You walk up behind on the stairs. Just please do not walk up the slide. and come down here. It's pretty much right up against the woods. Basketball court. And behind that is something they're working on. And we're going to go over there and get a closer look as well. And we'll drop that in too. But that is a half-court basketball court. They do have a ball I can see laying out underneath the hoop. Again, this is a smaller park, high trust. Bigger parks, sometimes that stuff walks. But they've probably had not too many issues here with that. So Akron-Canton is one of the parks that has this cute little barrel train, like a little ride hitched behind a tractor that they'll bring around. I don't know if it's every day or often, but you know, it's good for little kids to ride. And actually, the seats look a little bit bigger than I thought, but I certainly wouldn't sit in one. But maybe a little bit older for kids than I had realized. And then right across from the rec barn is the RC car track. So if you have an RC car you want to bring here, have fun racing around the track. It's kind of cool that there's a bridge and an underpass. I see that, and a couple hills there in the back. Just one more thing to do here at Akron-Canton. Well, folks, construction often doesn't go as planned. When I had this set up to come out here to Akron-Canton, one thing I wanted to check out that they had announced would open this season is what's called Clearwater Park, which is just such a clever name. Clearwater Park is the name of their pool area that's open to day guests. Clearwater Park is what they're building right here. And I can see where the posts are this way. This will be the dry, I think, area of the dog park in this direction. I think, I'm making an assumption here. And then this here is going to be a splash pad for dogs. And you can see a couple little fun things. I love that there's a tennis ball. It's a little bit deeper on this end that I'm tilting the camera towards. Again, it's still not quite ready. The construction looks pretty well along, but that's going to be really neat. And it's going to be right back here across from the rec barn. And here's that playground in the seasonal area of this campground. A nice big goggle ball pit in front of it. Unlike the goggle ball pit on the other side, this looks like it's a mix of dirt and gravel on the bottom and a smaller playground, but it is back here. And then there's a little pavilion with picnic tables to do like events or whatever over here. Probably seasonals, do some get-togethers and things like that. And I did want to point out, this is right across the street from the seasonal section playground. There are a couple cabins over here, as well as some overnight sites. But all the seasonals, as far as I could tell on the map, are back over here. Most of this area, or a good chunk of it, is devoted to seasonal sites. This is one of their premier RV sites. It is full hookup, water, electric, sewer. This is Site 66 that we're looking at. And you can see they have a nice pad there with two like Adirondack style chairs and a nice fire pit, chair swing, picnic table, and then the grill on the end. The grill does look a little bit newer than some of the other ones, so this might have been upgraded recently. So this is their buddy site here at Akron-Canton. You can see the nice little pavilion in the middle between the two RV sites. So I did misspeak earlier. There's actually 3 playgrounds here. There's one back here by the tent site area, and as empty as this campground is, there's actually quite a few tents set up. So I'm not going to go any further. I'm just kind of shooting from the golf cart here. But yes, there is a third playground here. This one looks a little smaller than the one that we saw by the rec center, but it's nice to have this option. So 3 playgrounds at a campground this size is actually pretty good. So not far from our cabin is this nice little informational board that has their activity schedules coming up, as well as walking taco social. Oh, it's Saturday. We're not going to be here for that. Some local eateries, and then like the prices for the pizzas and things. So that's pretty cool. And the activity prices, which is very helpful. I'll take a picture of that for y'all. There we go. So we are now across the road in the seasonal section. I see there's a laundry spot here, so I'm going to pop inside and take a look at the laundry station. Oh, wow. So these look like at least these washers? Yes. Very new machines. They must have put these in recently. These look brand or close to brand new. They are coin op. There is a change machine built into the wall. I don't see that every day. And then a couple dryers on this side. And it's $1.50. Washer, dryer, $1.50. That's just flat rate to run. So there's 3 dryers, or 3 washers and 2 dryers. Okay, comfort stations. I've seen a couple different ones, but so far the ones I have seen have been this sort of individual style. These here are in the seasonal area, and I am on the back side of one, so there's 3 on one and one side and 3 on the other. Go step inside, see if this is motion censored. Yep, like the laundry it is, it's just not very bright here. This looks fairly remodeled on the inside versus what the outside of the building looks like. I think they've done some remodeling in here. Toilet there, nice tile on the side with the wood above it. Full shower there. Hand dryer, which we don't often see in these. Soap dispenser, and then a nice sink with area around it. So nice private comfort station. Again, there's 6 of these in this one, and I've seen a couple others. I think they have them in a couple other spots in the park. Maybe not as many in one unit. But yeah, they look pretty nice inside. And there is a little dishwashing station on the back side of the building that has the laundry as well. Just kind of wandered back here to see what was back here, and here's what I found. Now, there is no trash pickup at this park, so you do have to bring your trash to the dumpsters on your own. But there are several. I've seen quite a few, so pretty easy to find a dumpster to haul your trash. And also, I mean, we have a golf cart, but it's a pretty walkable park, and I said there's multiple dumpsters, so not a huge burden that there's no trash pickup here. One thing I did want to point out here, this campground is literally in the middle of a neighborhood. Now, it's not a big city. It's kind of an outlying area, but there's grocery stores right down the street and stuff, and those are houses right across that fence. So literally right up to the property line, you can see somebody's playground there. And like, that's the rec pavilion. And this is kind of true throughout this campground. The seasonal area is actually across a street, an actual street. Clearwater Park Lodge, which is their house rental unit, is also across another street. And then like even back behind our cabin, once you get past the fencing, there's a street. So before I take the golf cart back through it, I did want to show, this is the road that runs kind of through part of the campground. You can see that the area we're staying in is on the other side of the road. You can see the gates here, the vehicle gates to get in. This is, you know, like I said, this the seasonal section. There are overnight sites and a couple cabins back here as well, and then like that playground and things. But so for the most part, if you're an overnight guest and you're staying on the other side, you don't even need to come over here. And you just see a car go by, perfect. But you know, it is a road that gets used. I felt fairly safe crossing the golf cart this morning and coming in this direction yesterday. Let's say when I had the kids on the cart yesterday, there's a turn in that direction that you can't see very far down in terms of where the cars are coming. So just be mindful. Yeah, I mean, if you're on foot too, but certainly if you're using a golf cart to cross the road, because it's a stop sign clearly for traffic going in the camp, for leaving the campground. But there is, you know, no stop sign. I don't know if there's any sort of warning signs for the vehicle traffic to just be on the lookout for golf cart traffic or you know, traffic on foot, the pedestrians. So just, you know, be careful when crossing. It's not like this is tough to judge. This is 7-something in the morning. We've only seen the one car, but it doesn't seem like it's a super busy road. But it is a road that gets used. You know, and it's not like a 15-mile-an-hour road or anything. So just be mindful when you are crossing over here. So it does say it's not a speed limit, but it's suggested 15 miles an hour going around that turn in that direction. I can tell you there might be a sign in the other direction. The traffic coming the other direction is not doing 15. But I mean, clearly they can't be doing like 50 or anything because of the curve. But I just say that they're not really doing 15. They're probably going 25, 30. But again, when you're in a golf cart and it's just that distance, it's not a lot of warning. It's easier to see from this side. When we're crossing from the overnight area to the seasonal, it's harder to see around the bend in terms of what's coming. So here's the inside of the store. Right as soon as you come in, you've got some cotton candy, some more candy with plushes, a whole assortment of candies actually here, and some toys here along the front wall. Pucker powder. It wouldn't be a Jellystone camp store without pucker powder, of course. A whole nice wall display of plushies here. Oh, wow. So magnets and some other things up here. There's a bottle opener that I haven't seen before. This I've definitely not seen before right here. Or I've overlooked it elsewhere. Some groceries and snacks along the wall. Lots of plushies here, both Jellystone type and not. Akron Canton Jellystone Park, always fun. These are definitely, oh, there's the circular logo. I've seen that several places. But some of these, oh, this is nice too. This is different. I haven't seen one like this before. Or this heartbeat logo. Lots of sweatshirts here as well that I, again, haven't seen some of these designs elsewhere. That one is really cute. Let me get a price on that. Is that, wow, $31.99? So it's a crew sweatshirt, like crew net sweatshirt, not a hoodie or anything, but pretty good. It's always good when you can find a hoodie under like 35. Or not a hoodie, I'm sorry, a sweatshirt under 35. Jiffy Pop, popcorn poppers, cutlery if you need it, dish towels. Again, this is similar to Asheboro. This is not like, this is literally down the street from stores, and so you might not have you might see, you know, there's not a lot of grocery here, or you know, sort of sundries, like if you need forgot body wash or something, right? It is not very far, so if you need to run out for something, they've kind of made a choice here. Aside from a little bit of the way in the RV supplies and things like that, it is mostly merchandise, but it's perfectly fine because of the fact that you are so close. Well, I am walking back from dropping off the golf cart. We're getting ready to leave here pretty soon, and I just noticed for the first time on this footpath, birdhouses that are up top. So those are really cute. That's kind of neat. I did not notice them the other times I've walked through here. Just noticed them for the first time right now.